Okay. Hello, SN. Thank you for coming in. We need to finish up a few things. We need to finish up a few things for this morning, for this week. So those of you who are coming to the workshop, that'll be awesome. I don't know what's going on with this face of mine. Doesn't look like that on there, but hey. Hello, Nick. Hello. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, Nick. So today we're going to be remote working again as usual. For those of you who have been following me, you know that I do a lot of remote working. So today we're on half term and we are going to be remote working as well. Yeah. So a lot of the times people are going to come on here. Even yourself, if you want to ask any questions about YouTube, you can put it in the chat section, and I am watching my chat, so I will be seeing you as well. So so it's gonna be like a virtual workshop. So that's what I'm calling it. It's a virtual workshop for everyone. So you come on here, you ask me any questions, and that should be it. I'm waiting for the rest of the guys to come in. I don't see anyone. SN, are you still here? Oh, Chic, Moet, you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nicola. Cool. Moet, are you still here?
Yes.
It's near dead. You know this. Shh. So I am going to be sending out another link. I'm just coming on here. I'm seeing who's starting with me because I need to mark them in. And then I will see who's coming on here. Okay, so we're just waiting to see if people will jump on here. I know I started from 10 today. I'm just gonna start I'm gonna go through, and then if you need to work on your workbooks, do so while you're on here. If you need to work on unit 13, please do so while I'm on here. I'm just gonna be setting up the Zoom for everyone. So just continue working for me, guys, please. Hi, MS. See you. Thank you for coming. Guys, remember to thumbs me up. No, you guys are sitting there. No one's thumbs me up. If once you come in, please thumbs me up, guys. It's going to be both set of students because we're on half term and we're only doing two hours. So once you come in, as you come in, please like up the stream. Please thumbs up, okay? So most of you on here have some work to do for me. MS, do you know where to download the workbook? Do you know where to download the workbook? Can you say in the chat? Can you say yes for me in the chat? Because then I will show you once I set up the Zoom. Please talk to me in the chat, guys, so I can see. SM, can you please just do screenshot in the WhatsApp group and send it to M to find so that she knows where to download it? Okay, cool. So download the workbook. Please stay on here because I need to see you. And then we need to start it. I have a copy on my desktop. I will be going through it as we see how we can answer these. So when our workshop is here, we're doing well. I'm waiting to see if the other guys would actually get up out of bed. It would be awesome if they did. That's fine. For those of you who are here, you should be on the gifted and talented for me. So this also is a Q&A session. If you have any question about YouTube, guys, you can also drop it in the chat. If you have any questions about IT, you can drop it in the chat. I just kind of put it on there. But it's a remote workshop, so it's a workshop for people who wants to ask questions. Yeah, so literally just ask any question, and if I can answer it, I will answer it for you, or I will find some source that you need to go to find this to find the answers. Yeah. Oi. Mm. Okay, so when working remotely, especially if you're a mother, you'll always have your kids around. You'll always hear them in the background. You'll have other family members around. And as a mother and a professional, and a wife, there are tons of stuff that you need to juggle. You need to juggle while you are working. And sometimes when I'm on here, I would love to have a lot of people, but if I don't have a lot of people on here, I am fine. Only because, but share me out if you can, like up the stream if you can. But sometimes it's just so hard to juggle everything, to monitor everything. We are not just multitasking anymore. We're triple tasking. We're 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 tasking. We're just working with so many different systems. So and everyone need a answer like yesterday, and sometimes that one person um is responsible for doing all of these, and you as a person on the other end, I know you want answers like yesterday, but sometimes you need to be patient with the person in front of the screen, because the person in front of the screen is not a robot. I wish I had many of me. If I had many of me, I would be like over the moon. um but unfortunately I only have one of me, and I can only multitask so much and no more. So we need to work together. We need to support each other. We need to do what is best. I am going to be on here. I'm just going to be working on here, and I'm going to be muting sometimes, but I'm not going to be off. I'm just going to leave it running for a while so you can see my day-to-day task. And I think I'm just gonna let everything happen naturally, as how it does. We try our best to show the beautiful part of life, what's not too much for people to see. You want to put your best foot forward all at all times, but I tell you, sometimes it's not possible. And with this pandemic, it's so difficult. And I put up that virtual image because for me now it feels like I'm living in a virtual world. I don't know about you, but for me now it feels like I'm living in a virtual world. Who else feels like they're living in a virtual world? If you feel like you're living in a virtual world, put something in the comments. So it feels like I'm in virtual reality, because at the moment near everything that I do is online. So what we need to do is we need to just take some time out. We need to be able to just take a bit of a step back. We need to take a step back so that we can see what's actually going on in our lives, and how best to cope with what's going on in our lives. Um, it's not easy. It's never easy. It was not easy at first. So these are just me kind of working while trying to encourage you, the parent, the student,
the teacher that's at home trying to teach, the mother who's at home who's trying to teach, the dad that if you're at home trying to teach, the student who's at home trying to say, oh my god, I'm struggling so much, I can't I can't deal with what's going on because of all this remote working. And sometimes some of us are very visual and very physical, meaning we like to be in the physical place, we like to be in the physical moment. And it's very difficult for us. It's very difficult for us to cope at the moment with the virtual reality that is going on. Um, Before, virtual reality was like, oh my God, it was so amazing. However, when you are left with only one option, that's when it becomes a bit stressful. That's when it kind of throws you, because now you're thinking, at first I had the option of going out to college or staying in bed. And some days I would rather stay in bed, but then there are other days that I would rather go into college. Um, the teachers, you think, oh gosh, oh my gosh, some days it's really awesome to work from home, but sometimes you'd like to have a little break. Sometimes a physical setting where you can say to that learner, oh, this is what you need to do, these are the things you need to do, and then you can get that immediate feedback, that immediate response. And then and then you can say to the learner, okay, this is, show them, you can physically show them what to do. However, when you're in your virtual world, you can show them, but it's a different reality. It you're using a device and a network to communicate, and sometimes it's not easy for the learner and it's not easy for the teacher. So if you're on here, I'm gonna send out some links as well. You can stay on here, that's fine, or you can come into the Zoom, that's fine as well. But I hope you're working, guys. MS, did you get to download the booklet? Please thumbs me up, guys. Please thumbs me up while you're here. So we're gonna be working through days, and we can't give up. We need to struggle on through the bad days, and we need to just be at peace with what's going on. Try not to stress ourselves. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna send out the link now. Yeah, and then you can. I'll show you. I'll actually send the workbook to you, but you need to sign in, I think. So we just need to struggle on, guys. We need to struggle on, because if we don't, then it becomes overwhelming, it becomes tedious, it becomes challenging. And these are the words we want to stay away from. We want to ensure that as much as we're at home not being able to go out, then at least we know, so at least we know where, at least that we can find some sort of peace, some sort of solace in what's going on. How comes I don't have you? Oh yeah, there you are. Sorry, I have like four screens going on. Okay, so guys, it's coming your way. Um, can you please copy it and put it in the WhatsApp groups as well, please, guys? There's the link that I'm sending you by email. It's coming by email. Please copy it and send and put it the um in the WhatsApp group, okay? SN, do you hear me? So please check your emails, guys. So yes, so one of the things we have to realize that you need to think positive, but you need to be realistic also about what's going on, because positive thoughts generate a positive result. um, you need to ensure that whenever you're thinking too much about things that are sad or things that are negative, try to turn it around and think of something that you would love to do, or do something that you think will make you feel better. As I always preach on here, I do work out. I literally did a workout session, like I did a workout session maybe half an hour ago. So I am on here working out every day. No, I work out every day, but I do live 3 days a week, Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So if you want to subscribe to me and come and work out with me, it would be great for the company, and it would also help you. So you're helping me, you're motivating me, you're pushing me while I'm helping to motivate you as well. So occasionally I'm just gonna go through my tidbits and just find out, just tell you. So this week was a bit difficult for me, and I'm like the getting up, because I thought, okay, you're on break. Why are you working? But a lot of people think us as teachers that we don't, like, when school's out it means we do less work. When school's out it means we do more work. We're catching up. We're helping students who are struggling. We're helping ourselves if we're behind in any sort of work that we need to catch up with. We are working with our families. We're literally trying to help everyone. um I am going to do a segment on being a teacher, because some people don't really understand what being a teacher is. And when I say that a teacher is not only us who's actually a professional in terms of teaching. Moms are teachers, dads are teachers. So you will learn that teachers, give me 1 second. So as teachers, you'll understand the difficulty that we all face. Um, we need to try to have well, as a teacher we wear many hats, many hats. I just want to say we wear so many hats, it's ridiculous. And sometimes we do have a choice, but we choose to do it. We choose our profession because of who we are. Sometimes we just don't have a choice as to what hat we're wearing that particular day. um you At this moment, I have no choice to where my workspace is. It has to be in my house, in my home, at my home. And we just need to just get on with it. We don't have a choice. Hopefully, hopefully this all will be ended soon, and then we just do it. Just carry on. And this pandemic thing will be over. This pandemic thing is ridiculous. At least it will be over. So if you have any questions, just ask. I am gonna be on here working. I just want to see. Keep on. So we're just working remotely. If you have any questions about YouTube, if you have any questions about work that you need to complete, let me know. Let me know. I'm just working to sort everything out.
I'm going to be emailing it out to you guys. So give me a second. I'm trying to find the workbook. So you have the workbooks are quite easy if you're in GT to work on, and that's another course that you'll be completing because you've already passed your maths or your English. So I'll keep it open. I'll keep the session open for a while. But it's gonna be, I don't see any chat. I see 8 people. I don't see any chat. What's going on? I'm such a silly girl. Please like up the stream as well. Thank you guys. I can see those thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm seeing who's on any of these applications so that I can mark them in. Hey, hey, Donna. Hey, Donna Ree. Thank you for coming. Share me out, please. Light me up. I forgot to put anything on here, so it's literally like what I get at the moment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donna. Guys, I'm still trying to find this booklet, yeah? So when I find it, I'll email it. I think it's pretty easy. Actually, on M SM SM. If you're on here, can you email me the workbook if you have it? I'm trying to find it in my emails. It's just so much. Guys, if you have any questions, please remember to drop it in the chat. Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. I needed that. Thank you, Donna. Love you, girl. You're my sis for life. We're just gonna be doing great things on here.
Okay, so take a word. No, that's not it either. One. Yes. Found it. Let's hope it's gonna work, guys. Let's hope it's gonna work. Work, 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 work. They say my mama sent me off for work because my meat can't name. Work, 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 work. Donna, thank you so much, Donna. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. You don't know how I appreciate you. Did you go to the group, Donna? The link for the premiere group. Did you go to the premiere group and see some of the rules that I put in there? Can you have a look at it for me? Because we need to roll that out like soon. Because we need to start teaching people how to use premieres and how to use them effectively. Yes. If you hear me, Donna, please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't understand this thing, because it's just like, okay, now I get you. All right, alrighty, alrighty. So, guys, please tell me if you can see anything. I don't understand that. Can you see my screen? Can you see preparing to achieve own job goals? Can you see that? Awesome. Thank you so much. So, I'm gonna send this out to you, but I'm just gonna briefly go through it with you, okay, guys? So, obviously, on here, the code's already on here. You just need to put your names on the booklet. Please tell me when it stops showing because I think I don't understand why it usually stops. Yeah? So when you look at it, thank you guys. Guys, if you have any questions about YouTube as well, let me know. I'm having a workshop as well. So if you see, it says describe the benefits of being in work against not being in work. Yeah? So what are some of the benefits of being in work against not being in work? So, as a student at college now, it is most likely that you have experience having a part-time job. Some of you have a part-time job, some of you don't, and you would have also remembered not having and having a job and enjoying those weekends when you were able to lay in bed. Use the box below to describe. So you're going to describe some of the benefits of being at work against not being in work. Do you guys see that? Okay, cool. So if you're on here, please like up the stream as well, guys. Please like up the stream as well. Yes. So we're just doing some remote working. So let's discuss this question. Ooh, it's 12 pages. So we can do some of the questions today. We can put it out to the audience as well, and we can work on what questions we need. So this question is about the benefits of being in work against not being in work. So it means if you have a job or if you don't have a job. What are the benefits of having a job? What are the benefits of not having a job? Yeah. What's the benefit of having a part-time job as a student or a part-time job? Or not having a part-time job, yeah, when studying, yeah. So tell me some of the benefits that you can put it in the chat for me as well. That would be awesome if you put it in the chat. What are some of the benefits of having a job? Put it in the chat for me. SM, put it in the chat for me. What are some of the benefits of having a job, and what are okay, so let's deal with first what are some of the benefits of having a part-time job as a student or a learner? What are some of it? Drop it in the comment section. So one of the benefits for you can earn money. Awesome. Earning money is a well proven motivation for having a part-time job. So you have a little money to spend on things that you need. So that's a great answer. So what's the other answer? Anyone else? You can learn from it. Awesome. You can learn from it. So you're gaining experience as well. And experience, no matter how little it is, it's very important. Experience is very important. You gain skills and qualifications. Awesome. Well done. You gain skills and qualification. I'm not sure what PB means, Donna. I'm gonna do a live, and then we can go through the different rules that we're gonna have for that group for learning and for helping each other. Yeah, with skills for YouTube. Okay. So yeah, so the thing is, gain skills and qualifications. That's an excellent point, SN. Gain skills and qualifications. So right there, you have three benefits that you can write in that laser booklet. Yeah. So you have to earn money to spend on necessary things that you need. You have gain skills and a qualification. So depending on what part-time job you're doing, you can gain a skill or you can gain a qualification from it. Yes? Ah, exactly. Exactly. When you have a job, it means you can take care of your family. That's an awesome point, Dada. Thank you so much. And taking care of your family is important. That's why, even though we are in lockdown and we are working remotely, we're working in a virtual world, you need to be happy that you just have a job. That's the main thing. That's how I am looking at it. I am just happy that I do have a job, because sometimes we are so in the negative that we don't see the positives. So those are some of the positives we have to think about. Yeah? Exactly. When you don't have a job, it means, oh, thank you, Nicola. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. As long as you guys share me out, that's fine. Yes, so it's important to have a job to take care of yourselves and to take care of your family if you do have a family, and if you're a learner, just to take care of the things, the necessary things, and to you're kind of taking care of your family as well, because you are taking some of the burden off or your parent figure or your carer. Yeah. So these are easy questions actually. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Yard style. Peace out. We need to have a meeting, and I'll let you know. So describe the following. Okay, we did the positives. What are some of the negatives? Yeah, so this said describe the benefit against having work and not having a work. So having job. So you need
benefits of having it and benefits of not. Okay, it's a bit ambiguous, this question, but that's fine. So we'll just say, talk about the good things about having a job and talk about the bad things about not having a job. We just said some. Okay, awesome. SM said you have to find time to work. Yes, that's a negative. You have to find time to work. And the other negative is that you need to find time to do the work as well, isn't it? You need to find time to do the work, your school work as well, or your personal work for personal, your personal life, for your family, for your kids, all of those. So working in a virtual world, we just need to know that we need to keep moving. Just keep moving, don't stop, because it is what it is. We just have to cope. We have to get over it. We have to work with it. So that's one of the questions. The other question is, describe the following job types: survival, career entry, transitional, dream job. Okay, okay, okay. So let's go for survival. So describe the following types of job. If you have a job for survival, what does that mean? If you have a job for survival, what does that mean? Tell me. You can put it in the chat, guys, so others can see it. If we have a job for survival, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for the individual if the job is merely for survival? Come on, guys. Okay, so if you don't get that one, if the job is merely, if you have a job and it's for survival, it means if you don't have the job, you can't pay your bills, you can't eat, so you don't have your necessary needs. You can't meet your needs. For some of us, if we don't have a job, we can't meet our basic needs. And our basic needs, shelter, food, yeah, shelter and food. Yeah. And at the moment, heating in the UK, if you're in the UK or in Europe or any foreign countries that you get really cold weather, it means that the heating is a necessity, because if you don't have heating, if you don't have shelter, if you don't have food or water, it's unlikely that you will survive or you will be happy. You might survive for a period of time, but you will be happy. So that's for survival. If you have a job merely for survival, it means that you need to be working. If you don't work, you can't live. You can't meet your basic needs. Please say yes in the chat if you understand what I mean. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. Yes? Okay. So, thank you, SN. So, career entry. So, the other job type is a career entry. It means, for career entry, it means that you need a job to enter into a particular career. Like, for example, if you wanted to be a nurse, you can be a carer. And once you're a carer, that will help you. This will help you to become a nurse. So it's like an entry to a job. Like, for example, if you want to be a teacher, you can be a teaching assistant, yeah, and it will help you to become a teacher. So, like, for example, if you want to train up to be a teacher, they will put you in a teacher trainee position, and a teacher trainee position also helps you to get into a teaching field. And these are examples of career entry. It means it gives you a entry to a particular profession or a particular job.
Yeah, transitional. So the other one, transitional, once you transitional means you're moving from one to the next. So you need a job that is kind of bridging the gap. So the job will help you to transition from one job to the next. So for example, you need a job, but you don't have the job that you're gonna actually go to, so you're transitioning, yeah, from one job to the next. Your dream job is the ultimate, and the dream job is what everyone is striving for, a dream job. I would love to have my dream job. I don't know what my dream job is at the moment, but teaching was always my aim. It was always my dream job because I love to teach. I love to impart knowledge. And it that was a part of me. That was a part of my characteristics before I became a teacher. I love to impart knowledge. I love to share my knowledge with people. And that for me was the point in which that helped me to just become a teacher because I love to share, and that's a part of your dream job. So a dream job meaning you have hit the mother load. It means you're doing the job that you love, the job that you want. That's what a dream job is. And most people strive for the ultimate. And the ultimate is a dream job. A dream job that allows you to do what you love. That's a dream job. It allows you to do what you love while being paid for doing what you love. That's a dream job. That's a dream job for me. If you agree with me, drop it in the chat so that I know that you agree with me. So that's a dream job for me. It allows you to do what you love, yes, while being paid for it. That's my ultimate job. Ultimate. Yes, thank you, that guys, ultimate. And that's what we all strive for. But in the meantime, we are gonna be doing, we're gonna, over a period of your lifespan. I've had all the jobs. Yes, all the dirty one, all the good ones, all, and then I have bad jobs and I have good jobs. I don't think any job is bad. It just means, why I say bad for me, it means I was working for survival. Yes. And this is where once you're in that transition where you're working for survival, that's survival for me is like the lowest one of all, which is good. They start from survival. Most jobs are survival jobs at the moment. Anyways, my job, majority of our jobs are survival jobs. Unless you have a big savings, then that's different. But most jobs are survival jobs. Yes, so you'll have your survival jobs so you can meet your basic needs. You have your career entry jobs so that you can enter into a particular career that you're aiming for. If you transitional job that helps you to bridge the gap to get into another job. And then you have your dream job, which is the ultimate, the one that everyone is striving for, your ultimate job. That's your dream job. Yeah. Please let me know if this is helping, guys. Please let me know if this is helping you to understand. Please say in the chat so I can know that you understand what I mean. Or if anything, we can go through it again. So the other one is identify realistic goals within own local area. So I identify realistic job goals within own local area. Yeah. So what are some of the realistic job goals that you have? So this is like a personal question. What is a realistic job role that you have that can be done in your local area? And this could span from just being a delivery driver if you have your driver's license, being a working in a supermarket, because most supermarkets, like the big giants like Tesco's, they're all open. Tesco's, Sainsbury's, all of those shops, they're all those supermarkets. We call them supermarkets, you just call them food store. um they're all open. So is it an ideal goal for you to want to start with that job? So you're gonna have to put three of those in this booklet. So one, your first job role, your second job role, yeah. So there are examples on here as well, so it's really good. So you have like a local retailer, I didn't even see that. You have a food outlet, so you can still work in restaurants, recreational venues like parks and stuff like that. So it's up to you. What are your goals, and are they achievable? Are they realistic? Yeah. So that's for 1.3. And this one is basic and it's quite easy. The entries are there. So the other one is identify a potential short-term and long-term job role. Okay, so to identify a short-term and a long-term job role, we need to understand what is short-term and what is long-term. Can you drop in the comment section what you think short-term is? Drop in the chat for me what you think short-term goals are, or short-term job goals are. Drop in the chat what you think short-term job goals are, guys. What is short term? Okay, so let me explain what short term is until you guys kind of figure it out, or it comes in, because I think sometimes my okay, I knew it. Someone answered, my faithful SM. She said short-term job, or a job roles, or where you have to work for a short time, like 3 months. Perfect. Yes. So short term means span of a month to 6 months. That's short term. A month to 6 months, that's a short term job goal to have. That's the period of time. So you can have the job for months. Like, for example, if you wanted it for work experience, most work experience sometimes start from a week. They'll have a week or more, or even a few days, but it's still good to put on your CVs. So you have short-term job goals. And then what are long-term job roles? Well done, SM. What are long-term job roles? Goals, actually. What are long term? So what is a long term? So we have defined what short term is. So what do you think long term is? Please drop it in the chat for me. What do you think long term is? Okay, so let me explain what long term is. I think the chat is a bit slow, so I will see your answer when you finish. So, okay, cool. I say long-term job, or job roles, or job where you have to work for a long time, like 1 year. Okay, cool. So, it is from 2 to 5 years, I would say long-term is. 2 to 5 years, that's long-term. 1 year is kind of long-term depending on how you are defining it, but I normally have it 2 to 5 years. So you have your short term, which is I would say 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months, and then I would say, and then you have your midterm, but we're not doing midterm, we're only doing short term and long term. and that will be 6 months, like a 6 months to a year. Yeah, so that would be a medium term. Thank you for coming, V. Can you share me out, please, V? Yes. So those are some of the things that we would have associate. Those are some of the times that we would associate with the different terms. So you have short term, mid term, and long term. But today we're just working with short term and long term. Good morning, darling. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you. Please share me out. Please share me out. Okay, so thank you, V. Thank you for coming. So, as we have associated, so on this booklet, you're going to have to write 3 different job roles. And I would say write a job role as SM say, like 3 months. So do a 3 months for the first one, and then do a 6 months one from 6 to a year for the second role, and then for the long term, that's your ultimate. I would do 2 years to 5 years, okay? And that's how I would write it. And then what job roles would you think of? So, like for example, for the 3 month one, for the first one, I would say like a part time work. Yes, while studying. Yeah, that would be the first one. I would say that maybe a weekend job. Yeah. And then for the second one, I would say consider doing like more hours, but still part time. But you need to consider the role. Okay. Okay. So MS, that's fine. That's you don't have to. Just look at the booklet. SM SM, can you email the booklet, please? Let me just mute this for a second.
Okay, so, okay, MS, we are on AC 1.4. Can you hear that? We're on AC 1.4. Did you find it? Please drop it in the comments so I can see it, MS. The booklet. Is it a different booklet you guys have then? Can you see it on the Zoom? That's the booklet I have. Let me email it to my, yes?
It's a different booklet.
They're different.
Yeah, because mine said promoting your.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll continue to discuss this one and I'll send it out to you guys as well, yeah?
So means we have to do the booklet that you have or the booklet.
I see it, SM. Describe why it's important to tailor a CV and a cover letter. Okay, great. So let me do that booklet. So those are some really good questions. I'm going to open up this one for you guys. And then we can do both of them, okay? Because we do have time anyways. So this other one is all about work base, yes? And a lot of us are still trying to find a job. We're trying to find our ideal jobs. We're trying to go out there, okay? So I'm gonna start with this one. And this other booklet is called Promoting. So we can do half of one, half of the other. This one is called Promoting Yourself and Preparing for a Job. Yes? So help me out with answering these questions, guys. You guys need to let me answer the questions so I know. Yeah? So the first one, let's go through this really quickly. The first one is describe the purpose of a CV and the cover letter. What are some of the purposes of a CV and a cover letter? Thank you, V. Thank you, V. Thank you so much. What are some of the purposes of a CV and a cover letter? Yeah. So this is a workshop. So we did half of the other book. We're going to do half of this one as well. So MS, are you following now? We're going to start with AC 1.1. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Where is my IT? My IT guys, you should be paying attention to, guys. And these all relate, so you need to work with them, okay? So, what is a CV And what is a CV? Let's find out what is a CV. Can someone tell me what a CV is? What is a CV? Okay, so CV stands for curriculum vitae. CV stands for curriculum vitae, and that's what a CV is. In some foreign country, a CV is actually called a resume. Yeah, and it's all the same. A CV and a curriculum vitae is all the same. Yes. So and then now let's find out what a cover letter is. So a cover letter is called it is we call it a cover letter, and it's also an application letter. Yeah, some people refer to it as an application letter. So the function these two serve, please guys take notes, or you can come back and watch the video again. So the function of a CV is to allow people a snapshot view of your qualifications, your experience, your education, your hobbies. So it's a snapshot view of or overall view of these. And normally, an employer will want to see your CV, and they will actually assess your CV against the related job role and job requirement to see if you meet that requirement. So you'll have a a snapshot view. So on the CV, it will tell your name. We don't use date of birth on a CV anymore, but we'll have our name. You can put your address if needed, or say you will provide it if you get the job. A telephone number or an email address. So all of the and that's so that the prospective employer can reach you. You will also need to have like the experience. Does that experience relate to the job that you're applying for, or do you have skills that are transferable that will help you to actually complete that job role that you're applying for effectively? So that's essentially what the CV does. It gives the employer, prospective employer, an overview of your qualifications and skills, and your hobbies. So who you are, so that they will see if it works or if it relates to what they're looking for, and that's how they'll help. That will help them to determine that. And the cover letter does the same. Yes. So the CV normally does it in a listing form, meaning boom, 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 one short word or sentences or phrases, wherein the cover letter or the application letter is normally in paragraphs, sentences and paragraphs. And it also these both also serve as a communication, um, as a way of um, giving a view of your communication skills to your employer. So you don't want to have any CV or cover letter with any grammatical errors on there, or any spelling errors. Yes. So these you don't want to have on a CV, especially if you're trying to sell yourself. Thank you, darling. Especially if you're trying to sell yourself to a particular employer. Because when I was a manager at a store, it's the whole package. When I was employing, first the first impression is not how you look.
The first impression is what you have written, what is included in that CV, and what is included in that application or cover letter. That's the first impression the prospective employer is going to have of you. Yeah. And this is why it needs to be done to a standard wherein you have no grammatical errors, because that's the first thing that would turn me off. If you have grammatical errors on a particular document that you're trying to sell yourself to me with, then that's a no-no for me. Also, if there are any spelling errors, that's even worse. So what we do recommend is that you, if you can't see it, because even me myself sometimes I can't see my errors. So if you can't see your errors, what we normally advise is that you get someone else to proofread these documents, because they're very important, especially when you're trying to find a job role. Yeah. So it's really a snapshot of you, a first impression of you, a first impression of who you are, a first impression of your characteristics, your communication. Yeah, that's what a CV and a cover letter will actually help to determine. The other one, describe the following types of CVs. So you have different types of CVs. You have traditional CVs, you have skill based CVs, and you have combined um, CVs. So a traditional one is like a classic one where you just write your name, your address, your email address, all those information that you need to that you need the employer to be able to communicate to you, yes, whether or not you have you got that job. And then you have your standard, so it's just, it's a traditional base, it's a classic CV with just your basic information, which a lot of people normally do, especially when they're first starting out and they don't really have a particular career that they have to put on it, so they're just putting their work experience. So for you guys, that would be the main one I would suggest for those who are just starting out. So for the traditional one, it will be known, it's also known as a chronological CV. Um, so it's just used to match one's qualification, work experience, and skills required for a particular job role. Furthermore, the CV is known as a chronological one. So I'm just reading out what MS wrote. Very interesting what you've written there. Well done. So it's just a basic overview of everything of you, your characteristics, a snapshot. Yeah, classic one. Now the skills based is a it's more directed at a particular skill. Yeah. So what type of skill do you have? Do you have that type of skill? Like if, for example, if they ask that you need to type so many words per hour, that's skills based. Or if you need to be a plumber or electrician, that's skills based. What particular skills are they looking for? Are you a programmer? Are you a coder? Yeah. What skills are you looking for? So that CV will pinpoint and is directed at the particular skills that company would be looking for, or the job role that you're looking for, because you know you can do cold calling yourself. When you're looking for a job, you can just call up and ask if they have any job availability, and if those are the skills that you have, and that's a particular job role that you want to go into with the skills that you have, then that's what the CV will actually be based around, that particular skill set, those particular skill set, and that particular job role that needs those skill set. The other one is going to be combined, so it's a combination of you having including your skill set, your work experience. It's literally it has everything on it, it's combined. And most of the times I've seen a CV that was like 20 pages, and I'm like, that's not a CV, that's like a book. And as an employer, no matter what job role you are trying to apply for, don't give me a CV that is 20 pages. That's wrong. I would, for me, 2 pages at best. Try to squeeze everything in 2 pages, possibly three if you have a lot of experience that's related to the job role that you're applying for. If it does not relate to the job role that you're applying for, then it's useless having included all this information on that particular CV. Yes? Well done, MS. Describe why it is important to tailor a CV and a cover letter to a job or sector industry. So guys, drop some comment why you think it's important to actually tailor a CV to a sector or industry. Come on guys, I have 12 people watching. I should have more comments on there. Come on, tell me. Okay, let's discuss it because no one's answering at the moment. So let's discuss it. So in most of what I was saying, if you were listening, I hope you guys are taking notes. If you were listening, and this is a good discussion for people who are still looking for a job, or people who are looking to go into a particular profession. This is a very good discussion for you. Thank you, V. Thank you so much for still being here. So, for example, the reason why you want to tailor your CV, because that's what I was discussing as well. The reason you want to tailor your CV to that industry is that then the employer will see exactly what skills you have and what skills you would take to that particular job role. And if your skills actually match the job requirement, yeah? So this is why you need to tailor your CV and your cover letter to that particular sector or industry. So if I am writing to say I am a teacher. You don't want to say that you're a barber, you were a barber. Because it does not relate. Those two job roles does not relate. Um, the only way you could do it, because you could possibly write about some transferable skill from your barbering, because you might be teaching others to do barbering. So that would be a different case. But the reason you're going to make it specific, because that's what the employer is looking for. If you don't make it specific, then it's useless. The employer is going to look at your CV and your application and go, oh no. And then they're going to take up someone who has actually done what they should have, which is to make the CV and the cover letter specific to the industry. So it shows that you are qualified for that job role. Yes. So, and this is what the employer would be looking for. Did this help? Guys, did this help? Please write it down. Did this help? Let me know. Yes, no, maybe so that I can move on. So we're moving on from 1.4. We're going to. Thank you, Dominant. Thank you. I am good. Thank you so much. Please like up, like up, like up. Please like up, like up, like up. Okay. So we're gonna Valentine's. Oh, Valentine's is gone, but thank you. Valentine's is gone, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, I am gonna jump 2.1. We're gonna do that. Can you do that for homework? Can you research that for me, guys? Define the term open market and hidden job market. Yeah. So we want to research that and then we can go into that a bit in a bit more detailed, maybe details a bit more, maybe tomorrow. The other one is identify where to look for jobs within open and hidden job markets. So you have what is here? My hobby is this. My hobby is this. You're in my hobby. That's what it is. Those are my hobbies. My hobby is YouTubing and working out. That's my hobby. Okay, so where was I? Sorry. So some of the places, oh my God. Okay, so this isn't gonna be a good person. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So while we're talking about job, different places we can look for jobs. So you have where you can go, you can cold call. So you go into the or you call the business and find out if they have any particular vacancy or specific vacancy. That's a way to find a job. Then you have your website, your different websites, like you have Read, you have drop some of the websites on there as well. I don't want to be talking throughout the thing. I want you to communicate with me. What are some of the websites you can find jobs? I just said Read, that's a great one. Yes. And sorry, that man just kind of shake me up a bit. So you have reads, you have different Indeed, well done, SM. So what yeah, so you have Read, you have Indeed, some we have 10 people, Monster, Total Job, awesome, well done. These are really great websites that you can find jobs with. Yes, you can search your jobs on those websites. So those are great places. You can also do newspapers, guys. I know it's old school, but your local newspapers sometimes will have listing of different job roles that are in your local area. So you might have your mirror. So you can use free newspapers and you can use the paid for newspapers. There's also word of mouth, meaning you might know someone who works in that company and they will come they will come and sorry, they will let you know that there's a job availability. Like sometimes you'll have a few family members who are working in the same company, or a friend of yours knows someone, and if that person is trustworthy, then you can recommend them to the job, um role that's available in your company, in the company that you're working for. So those are a lot of examples. I hope you're taking notes. So you have word of mouth, which is face to face. You can go in and you can tell people, you can ask. Someone in the workplace might know it. You know, have your different websites, give examples of the different websites. We have it in the chat. Please write it down. So different examples of website Indeed, Monster, Total Jobs, Read. All those are websites you can find jobs on. You also, so those are, oh, sorry, I forgot newspapers. Why have I forgotten newspapers? It's important not to leave newspapers out. I know it's a bit difficult at the moment because we're all kind of working from home, studying from home, so you don't really go out. So actually you can get newspapers online as well, guys. You can get newspapers online as well. So that's not a difficult choice, is it? We can get newspapers online. Thank you so much, MS. I see you. You're adding to the chat, which is awesome. Give me a momento. And we're just going to go through this and then you're going to work through it for me, okay? Give me 1 second. Thank you, V. Thank you, V. If you even go and come, that's fine. That's lovely. Thank you, V, for staying with me. I need it. Thank you. Thank you for the company. So this one, I have been saying it. 2.3, I have been explaining what cold calling is. So define the term networking and cold calling. So what is networking? Because I know we must know what cold calling is because I've been explaining what cold calling is. Can you please explain to me what cold calling is? Please explain what cold calling is, guys. Drop it in the chat for me. I've said it so many times, I don't want to be repeating. What is cold calling, guys? Come on. We're finishing up in a few minutes. We have like less than 15 minutes to finish up. What's cold calling? Okay, so let me explain it because no one's answering me. So cold calling is where you're gonna call at random. So you're gonna call even though the employer might have not advertise that they have a vacancy. So you're just gonna call in to find out if they do have a job. I think with me, I found my first job that way actually. I found my first job that way. I just went in and asked them if they had any vacancy. I went into the shop and I said, "Did you have any vacancy?" And that was my first sales experience. And they did have vacancies and I did get a job. So cold calling sometimes can be a really good thing because the employer will be able to hear you, see you. So it's like you are presented before your CV or your application letter. So cold calling can be good to find a job. Networking now. Networking is wherein you attend different functions, or you know someone who's um in that particular job role, and they actually meet get you to meet or talk to that person, so you see you kind of networking. So networking is getting to know other people in the industry, and that's a really good way of actually breaking into a particular industry. It's getting to know other people in that industry, talking to them, um having a feel of the industry, getting them to have a viewpoint of you. And that's a good way to break into an industry. Guys, if you agree with me, please let me know. Let me know. Few minutes left, guys. Few minutes left. Let's go on so we can get through most of this booklet. The resources or previous will help us. Okay, so let's see. So that's fine. I'm not going to go through the comparison of that one. We will do that separately. Just want to answer the questions. So, what skills, qualities, and experience do you have which is relevant to one of the previous job roles? So, for this question, you need to think about what skills you have that will take you to a particular job role. Yeah, and this one will be awaiting stuff. So, for example, if you are applying for a waitress job, yeah, you will actually talk about the different skills you have. Some of these skills will be like you're great at communication, you're a conversationalist, meaning you love to meet new people, you love to talk to new people, and that's a great way to break into something. So thank you, Donna and V. You're still here. Thank you, guys. So that's a great way to find out. I only have 10 minutes left, guys. So qualities, skills and qualities are different, guys. Skills and qualities are different. Qualities will mean your behavior or your characteristics, and your skills will mean what you can do. So what you can physically do. So communication skills, computational skills, um it all really depends, or you're a plumber or you're a carpenter, what skills do you have to take to any particular job role. So those are the skills that you will talk about. Now your qualities will be you're punctual, so you're always punctual. You can work on your own initiative, you pick up quite easily. So stuff like that will be qualities that an employer will be looking for. You're honest. So start those are qualities employers will be looking for. So you need to, when you're selling yourself, don't sell yourself short. Tell them, tell them all the good things about you. So that's what you want to talk about. Yes. So those are your skills, your skills and your qualities. I just want to wrap it up. So what type of CV will be best for it? So I am gonna be wrapping it up. So this last question is a really good one. And I want you to drop in the comments, what are some of the preparation you yourself have done in the past for any interview? What are some of the preparation have you done in the past for any interview? And for those of you who are following with the book lecture in 4.1, AC 4.1. So what are some of the preparations? So I tell you what I do, what some of the preparations that I have done prior to any interview. So one thing that I normally do is, because I am so rubbish, I'm so terrible at directions. So whenever I have an interview, I will Google where this place is. I will research where this place is and how to get to this place. I don't know if anyone does that, but I do, because half the time, thank you, Sheik, half the time I get lost. I get lost in London all the time. And sometimes it's so difficult. So that's one of the main preparation I will do. I will Google where the place is and I will find out how to get there, what train, what underground, what overhead train you need to get to that particular job role. I am going to touch on Sheik's one, prepare some questions. I do that as well. I prepare some questions. You can research it online as well. And most of these websites that you can find jobs on, you can also pose of questions. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Why am I lagging? Okay. So some of the examples of questions they normally ask is, tell me what you will take, what you would take to this particular job. What sort of characteristics or what kind of skills, what would you take to this particular job? So some they always ask that. Or they'll ask, what why do you think you are right for this job? So I would research and prepare questions as well, and then I would answer it. And sometimes I would do it with a family member or a friend. That's a good way to prepare yourself to see if you are able to answer these questions effectively in a interview setting. Yes. The another preparation I do is I will put together everything that that particular employer, prospective employer, has asked me for. Normally, a prospective employer would ask you for this either digitally, meaning they ask you to upload your CV to a particular website, or to email your CV to them, or an application to them. Yes, normally everything is done online now. So no, what organizations would ask you to do is to go onto their website and fill out their online application forms and submit it. What I do as well, when I fill that application form out, I print it so I can have a copy of what I have written, so that I can use it for reference and I can look at it and say, okay, so that's what I said. Because sometimes you might answer a question in a different way to how you answer it on your CV or your application letter. And you do not want that, because it will make you come off as if you're lying. You don't want that. You don't want that. So that's a particular thing. So I will normally have a printout of my CV or application letter, because sometimes when you submit a CV or application letter, the manager does not have it, and sometimes they ask you to take it in as well. I will bring a application letter. Sometimes they ask you to bring an application letter. Sometimes they ask you to attach a CV as well, and sometimes they ask you to bring maybe identification, such as a passport or a driver's license, anything like that, to identify that you are who you say you are. So I would normally, that's me. I love to be prepared the night before. So I generally put all these papers together. And normally I do a printout as well, just in case I'm on the underground and I can't get online. I'll do a printout of the Google Maps or the Google directions, so that I know how to get to that particular place. Don't judge me. That's who I am. I love to be prepared. The other preparation that I would say you need to make as well is what clothing you would want to wear. Because you don't want to get up in the morning and then find out that clothing that you were planning on wearing isn't available, or is dirty in the laundry, or needs iron. So I would normally prepare that beforehand as well. And if you're not sure of what to wear for an interview, I would say black and white is always a way to go if you're not sure how to dress. I always tell this story, this particular story, where I had a person who I was interviewing wear a denim shorts that was so short you could see things you shouldn't see, to an interview, that's a no. That's an instant no, I'm not employing you kind of thing. So those are not the type of people you want to follow. So those are the main things. I would normally prepare directions. I normally prepare documentations asked for. I will normally prepare what clothing I will be wearing. Yes, so how to get there, what documentation they're asking for, and what clothing. So those are three great points to put in that section. Describe why it is important to prepare for an interview. Why is it important to prepare for an interview? It's always important to prepare for an interview because you don't want to be caught off guard. You want to ensure that you come off in a good manner. Yes, so when you're unprepared, it shows the employer that you're not serious about this job. I that's how I normally take it when I'm interviewing. If you don't do the necessary preparations, like bring all the documentations that I ask you for, or you're not dressed suitably for the job, then I normally assume that this is not important to you. This job is not important to you, and then I wouldn't employ you. That's how I feel about the question. If you feel any differently, let me know in the chat section. Describe, so that's what you need to write down. Yes, because it's always important to be prepared. Preparation. Yes, so there's a saying, it says, if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail, which is a great saying. I stand by that saying. Yeah. Um, the other question and last question, because we're wrapping up. Describe why it is important to. Sorry, we've done that already. Describe how you would demonstrate the following in an interview. So 3 points. They want you to write. How would you demonstrate punctuality? Showing up before time, because if you show up on time, it means you're late. So normally show up 10 to 15 minutes before your interview, because you never know what can happen. So that's how I display my punctuality. That's how I demonstrate my punctuality. I show up before time, because before time means you're on time. When you're on time, you're late. Hello, Young. Hello, darling. Body language. Body language. How are you going to demonstrate body language is that when you are in an interview, eye contact, sitting up, yes, ensuring that you nod when being spoken to, that you communicate, then repeating what the person has said to you. That's a way to demonstrate that you are listening to that particular person. So body language, sitting up, nodding, great eye contact. Yes, those are some of the ways that you demonstrate to a particular employer that you are. Thank you so much, Young. Like up the stream for me, Young. I didn't see that like up the stream for me, please. Yes, so that's one of the ways you're gonna demonstrate great body language, your posture, eye contact, repetition, yes, all of that. Appropriate clothing. How are you going to demonstrate appropriate clothing? Demonstrating appropriate clothing, we just explained that. You need to prepare yourself and dress well. And if you're not sure, black or white is the way to go. Demonstrating how appropriate clothing means that you're going to dress according to the job description. Yeah. So if it's a casual job and they ask you to dress casually, that's a different case. But for any interview, I will dress smartly. And that's what you want to do. Dress smart unless anything is stipulated otherwise. Dress smartly. A white shirt, a black trousers, black top, a black shirt, a black top, a black trousers. That's the way to go if you're not sure how to dress. Yeah? And those are the way you demonstrate that. So I am going to end it and then we will pick up tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything else you would like for me to discuss and then we'll discuss it. So this is all about looking for a job while we're working remotely, while we're learning remotely, and the virtual world that we're in, this virtual world. Do you feel like you're in a virtual world? I'm not gonna close my comment section off. Just leave a comment in my comment section for me. Tell me if you feel like you're in a virtual world in my comment section and why. Why do you feel like you're in a virtual world? If you know what a virtual world is, virtual world meaning we're working literally on the internet. Everything is on the internet. Yes, we're up in the cloud, we're uploading, we're downloading, we're interacting, we're in chat rooms, all of that, all that virtual world, and it's all technology. So have a great day. Remember, you can mess it up. Just don't give up. Have a lovely day. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Thank you, guys.